Hi there, this is Greg T with Think Beyond the Brand and the Image Stop, and this is this week's Branding Moment. Okay, so first block, I want to correct myself a little bit. I've been saying this week's Branding Moment. It is this Branding Moment. We tend to do several, sometimes weekly, sometimes a little bit further apart. But anyway, this week or this Branding Moment, I want to talk a little bit about how people perceive you as a company. Okay, the intent of the branding moment is to teach or to, I guess, make people aware a little bit more about some of the things that they may be doing that may be affecting their brand. And when I say affecting your brand, I mean affecting people's perception about what your company is like, what dealing with you is like. And I had a very interesting discussion with some people today, and it really hit me that it's interesting because we have, let's face it, we have in our midst, or I guess in the realm of all the different business owners we know and associate with, because as business owners we tend to associate with a lot of other business owners. We've got different personalities, of course, okay? And one thing we need to really be aware of is that people perceive different things that we do totally different from the way that it's intended, several times. As a for instance, you may do something as a company or as an individual that you are looking at as being helpful to people. You're looking at it as something that may be something that's going to be a benefit to them, or you're doing it with their interest in mind because you care. Okay, ultimately, I don't think many of us do things on purpose to hurt others. Unfortunately, there are some, but most of the circles that I frequent, it's business owners and people who want to do things because they care and want to help people. And sometimes the thing that you do to care with all the best intentions, well, they end up going to, unfortunately, some people take it differently than what is intended, and they don't see it as help. They don't even necessarily see it as harm, but they see it as something that is maybe unthinking, an uncaring move, and it is unfortunate. But how is that? Well, bottom line is people think differently. One of the things that I find that makes it, I guess, easier and potentially helps alleviate some of those differences in the way that we perceive and think things is just transparency. And when I say transparency, I'm talking about, just talking about things, staying open about things. Say you do something to assist clients. Let them know. Not necessarily just the client, but let them know on your blog. Let them know on your social media. Talk about the things that you do and why you do them so that people understand what the intent is behind it. People are much more accepting to the difference that they may see if they know that the heart is pure and you're going to do something to try and help. And as a result of that, they're willing to accept what the intent was, even though they may see some flaw in it. Furthermore, they may actually try to contribute to and maybe give you advice on how you can make what you're trying to do for people even better, which makes you service your clientele in a big way, much better than what you were doing before. We all have different perspectives. And I think listening to each other and being real and opening up to others is a very helpful thing into serving each other better. So that's Greg T with the Image Stop and Think Beyond the Brand. And thank you so much for listening to this one. Please make sure you subscribe down below here. Hit the little bell so that you get notifications and make a comment. Love to hear what your ideas are to make things better, including my broadcast. Love to hear more about that. So thank you very much. To your success.